Welcome to our video on bioscience degrees. Today, different members of the Centre of the Cell team will be talking to you about what their degree involves and a little bit on what kind of jobs that this degree can lead to. This is not an exhaustive list, but it should give you a flavour of what's out there.
Before studying medicine, I actually studied biomedical science at Queen Mary University. And this was a really interesting degree and a really good alternative to medicine, as I wasn't quite sure if I actually wanted to do medicine right after high school. And I really truly enjoyed it because through the course of the 3 years, we focused a lot on all the sciences that are important for humans. So we did a lot of anatomy, we did a lot of physiology, genetics, quite a bit of pharmacology and immunology as well, and some molecular biology. I found it extremely interesting, the fact that we always related each lecture, each module, back to the diseases. And then we also did lots of labs in order to understand how the diagnosis works and how different diagnostic techniques work, as well as the reasoning behind certain treatments. So why do you use specific drugs? Maybe because they target a specific receptor, which is critical in the development of a disease. With a biomedical science degree, there are so many different job opportunities for you. The classical one is working as a biomedical scientist in a research lab of a hospital. So you would be running blood tests and microbiological cultures, for example. Another really popular outcome is actually getting into further studies. So quite a lot of biomedical scientists, they continue with clinical masters, or they get into medicine and dentistry. And some of them actually get straight into PhD, and that's thanks to the research projects that we normally do into our final year. Lots of people also get into graduate schemes, general, so healthcare related or not. People can get into pharmaceutical industry, both in the labs or in the human resources and business development. Some people can also go on in conversion degrees, such as engineering and psychology. And actually, some people also get into completely different fields such as finance and consultancy.
I chose to study biology at university because I'd really enjoyed studying it at A-level, and I thought it offered me a wide variety of career options when I graduated. So because I chose a really broad degree title, I had lots of different module options available to me. This included topics like evolution, ecology, genetics, things like cell and molecular biology, animal behaviour, and even unusual topics like paleobiology. My course also had lots of practical elements, so there was lots of time spent in the laboratory learning basic skills. We also had the chance to do things like field work, both locally to the university and even abroad. So I did a week-long course in Portugal. In my final year, I had the opportunity to work as a field assistant for a real research project as well. So overall, my degree was really interesting and varied, and I got lots of really cool opportunities studying biology. So of course there are loads of different options for your career. You could pursue the academic route, you could do your own research and work towards a PhD and beyond after graduation. You could also work as a scientist in industry. For example, you could work for a pharmaceutical company or for the NHS or for a tech company. There's loads of different options out there. Another popular option for biology graduates is to work as an ecology or conservation consultant. You might, on the other hand, decide you don't want to do anything particularly sciencey, but luckily a degree such as biology gives you loads of different transferable skills through the project work that you will have done. So that means that you could work in loads of different sectors, such as media and publishing, finance, business, even things like museums and education as well. So I decided that I wanted to pursue science communication as a career, and that's how I've ended up working at Centre of the Cell.
But I took a slight detour before medical school by doing a physiology degree after my A-levels. And it's so much fun and learned so much during those 3 years. It really gave me time to consider my options and whether medicine was really for me. So what is physiology? Essentially, it's about how the body works and understanding what's normal and what happens when things go wrong, like in disease. So I have to learn about modules in pharmacology, neuroscience, anatomy, etc. Luckily, as the course goes on, you get to start picking modules you're specifically interested in, like cardiovascular, oncology, endocrinology, microbiology, so quite a lot of the ologies, rehabilitation, sports exercise science. Overall, I would recommend physiology to those who are interested in finding out about how the body works and learning about the intricate science behind what makes who we are. So after graduating, you will be equipped with a broad range of skills that are valued by employers. For example, presentation skills. Throughout the degree, you'll be doing loads of poster presentations or group activities. So you'll be developing communication skills, teamwork, time management, and being very organised overall. So these are very important transferable skills that can get you a job. And you can always stay in the healthcare sector and explore healthcare sciences like clinical research, or you can do clinical trials related jobs, or you can go into like further studies like me, that I've gone into medicine, or some people might do pharmacy or physiotherapy, etc. Whatever you're interested in. You can always work in a biomedical lab, or even like in the medical science field where you can do radiography or even reproductive technology. So beyond the science elements, you can always explore areas such as pharmaceutical sales or public relations, marketing research, finance and scientific communications. So essentially, doing physiology can open up a lot of doors for you.
I studied human sciences. I really liked it, and I originally chose it because I was both interested in the pure science subjects like genetics, anatomy, physiology, as well as the more soft sciences, so like anthropology, psychology, sociology, as well as science communication. And human sciences gave me the opportunity to explore all of these in your first year, as well as focusing in on the topics that you're more interested in your second year. So for me, that was a lot of anatomy, embryology, but then also some really cool, a bit more random courses like biology of aging, clock, sleep, and biological time, and it was really, really interesting. The other students who studied with me are in a diverse range of careers. So some of them have studied PhDs in things like sexual and reproductive health, bioinformatics. Some have gone on to study further, so like law, or like me, medicine or nursing. And then some of them have just gone straight into their careers, working in consultancy at PwC or in science communication. And you can very much do with it what you want, which I think is really cool.
I decided to study global health at university as I was interested in both biology and politics at A-level and was looking for a course that combined the two of these. On researching different courses, I came across global health. Global health essentially tries to understand health and the impact of disease on individuals, communities, and our wider society. The course itself is taught in an interdisciplinary way, meaning that it combines both medical and non-medical disciplines. So for example, we'd be studying things like neuroscience alongside social policy and anthropology. The course is heavily focused on developing your skills as a researcher. This means that you're able to choose areas of interest to yourself that you can then go on to research and further understand. Some areas of global health include looking at mental health impacts of pandemics through to the effects of climate change on access to healthcare, as well as trying to understand the wider determinants that underlie health inequalities in our society. In the same way that a course in global health is incredibly broad, so too are the future opportunities once you finish university. One of the key skills that I learnt from my degree was critical thinking, and this transferable skill can be applied to pretty much any future career you want to choose. So from my degree, many people chose to stay on in academia doing masters and PhD programs, while others chose to work on the front line working for charities and NGOs, as well as working in government health departments. My journey in global health led me to medicine, and I hope that from studying this degree it will allow me to provide more of a holistic approach to practicing medicine.